Hey dudes, it's your friend, the Reverend Pirate Frog. Come join me in the circle with my bearded brother, Howlingbuds, the poet laureate himself, Stoney Alpinist, and of course, the better half of Frapple and my friend, Johnny Apple. Pass to the left and let's have some fucking fun. That's all to celebrate that. Always restart recording when I say something fucking stupid. Anywho, let's go. Hold on. All right, guys. I'm going to introduce you all one by one. Okay? Don't say anything till I've finished with all of you because I can't lose concentration. This is all off the top of my head. So I would like to actually, fuck no, you're going to have to say something after I introduce you. See, I changed the rules. Anywho, Johnny, my dear friend, the apple of my eye, a complete hero. How are you?
Saving the world one token at a time, buddy. How are you?
There you go. Howling, my dear puppy trainer, organic dear friend, and bald-headed friend. I said friend twice now. Fuck you. It's off the top of my head. How are you?
Hey, buddy. Good.
Stoney, my dear friend, whose good idea of fun is hanging off the side of a cliff and hoping not to die. How are you?
Fucking delightful.
And
No, before he goes any farther, I just want everybody to know he'd shit on all of us, and everybody is about to be so like, wow, man, he must really like that person that he's about to introduce. I guarantee you it's going to be the nicest one of all of it. Just, all right, carry on.
Well, yeah, of course we got it. Anywho, and introducing G3, I will argue the only redeeming thing about Yag is our friendship with her. GirlGoGrow, thank you again for joining us. See, and also I complimented you all. Do you not consider apple of your eye a compliment?
It was still so much better. Like, all right, the only reason we exist.
She's better. You do better for the better. You rise to the competition. I don't know what this is a competition, obviously, but thank you for joining us. How is everybody?
Good, man. I'm really good.
Good, man. I'm really excited that you joined us. We're always shocked when people come back, and the fact that you said yes is amazing. So.
Oh my gosh, you guys are like my favorite. Don't be ridiculous.
Wow. You don't need to lie. The check hasn't cleared yet. Stoney, how is everything going on your end of the world?
Like I said from the beginning, fucking delightful is a great way to start it. It's been an incredible couple weeks since we last recorded, and it's good to hear your guys' voices and sit around and smile with you guys again. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty fucking delightful.
That's fantastic. Howling, how's the puppy?
She was actually really good today. I find that getting her outside really tires her out. I'm actually a little sad. Last time we recorded, she was right by my side, but now this time I had to hand her off so I can concentrate. So you guys don't give me shit for not talking.
No, I was actually hoping for the companionship. Like here.
Wait, the puppy's not here? All right,
no.
Yeah,
sorry.
Damn it! How'd you do this already?
I know, so quickly. Usually I'm the reason people leave, but Howling, I have to ask, when you go to the barber, do you just say, give me the prisoner?
Oh, I had a family thing yesterday. I was like, oh, I actually have to shave my head. Damn it.
You and Johnny look like the kind of guys that would beat the shit out of me if we were walking down.
At least they'd have us protected, man. And, like they would be the ones that would create the wall between us, and we could just throw things from behind them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Boys,
you have no idea. I look like maybe from the fucking eyes up look like a skinhead, but in my area they fucking treat me like a hippie. Like, look at this dude wearing Jordans and skinny jeans and fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark t-shirt like he's some fucking cool kid. It's
yelling
like, no,
Timberlake
40 years old, look at the grays in his beard. Get the fuck out of here.
Singing Justin Timberlake down the highway, thinking
exactly.
No, not weird
Justin
at all.
Timberlake inside of a fucking 1500 pickup truck. Yeah, that's an off-roader too. It's like, what's wrong with this?
They're not bullying you because they think you're a hippie. They're bullying you because it's well deserved.
And it could be it could be the billows of smoke riding out.
Yeah, exactly.
Too. I mean, no other clues coming.
Absolutely
around.
That too.
Absolutely not that at all.
But how are you, my friend? Other than, of course, repping what can only be described as the Aryan Brotherhood with our buddy Howling. How is my bald-headed friend?
Good, man. Good. Garden's doing great. Actually, I had to make a separation last night. The banana milk and the sauce that were in the 2x4 that were left from the 4 that I flipped early. They're just like, they were so stuffed out in that 2x4 inside of those earth boxes. I had to give them their own tent. So they're all individually, they're both in their own 2x4 tent now. So I opened up my other clone tent back up now that things are settling out. And it's just like, oh yeah, I got to give them some space. And when I did, the terpene profile on that banana milk is very similar to my lost banana milk, dude. I am on cloud fucking 83.
What's that
was
like?
Yes.
How
The
amazing.
lost banana milk.
Say that again,
The
Howling.
lost banana milk.
No, I was just wondering what is it? What is it like? What's the smells like?
Well, first of all, I noticed the growth pattern is very similar because that phenotype was very stretchier compared to the other 3 that were also in that tent. The other 3 were very stocky and had that burnt rubber kind of profile to them. This one had a very citrusy, pineapple-y, like, wow, there's some funk going on there that's unexplainable. And it was the only one of the 4 that had it. So this other one had it too in the 2x4, and it's very similar to that and growth structure. So it's almost like a very similar pheno on the same pack of seeds. It's like, maybe. I haven't taken a cut because I was just kind of shrugging it off because we was like, I'm going to grow them like autoflowers, flip them when they're not mature enough at 12 and they're fucking 8 inches high. And I lost 2 of them because they hermed out. They did not like that stress. And one of them's a sauce from Green Guy. And it's absolutely a stunner, man. It's got this like waxy leaf, really narrow, like penny fingers. It's a beautiful plant.
Well, that's good to hear.
And the other one being the banana milk. But yeah, so I'm good, man. I'm like really on a high as far as the garden goes. And then the outdoor stuff is starting to fucking ripen up. Yeah, man, we're good. But
Yeah,
as everybody else, man, I could talk all night about how happy I am with my shit. What about you, Stoney? I know your garden's got to be popping off now, man. Look at that smile. I can tell.
Yeah. It's really, it's like in the day, it's like in the 20s. So it's it's in party phase. So palms are starting to come out, little sparkles are starting to come out all over across it. And I got, I'm now down to the final culling. So all the pots are down to the single one. So nothing's in flower other than just, the 5 I've got hanging. Rudy's got down. I was hoping to get the largest one that was sticking up in my Autopot Junior, and the hugest one, but racked out with some balsa just like 4 or 5 days ago. So a quick little snip took care of that. And the rest of them, I kind of just looked at and went down the board and found one I thought was the best. So that one's cruising along, and all the others are now individual cruising. So I'm just, I love going down to the 5x5, seeing the challenges already of heat retention. So maybe something we'll talk about another time, but like it's definitely a lot warmer in there, and I'm trying to figure out fans, and that little AC Infinity is nowhere near moving what my giant Hurricane was moving, but I'm going down from the 5x9 to the 5x5. So new challenges.
You got just the one AC Infinity in the 4x4?
Yeah, I've got like a.
Did you miss the whole 5x5 thing just a second ago?
5x5. Yeah, whatever. Man.
Yeah, no. I've got the
numbers. Numbers are difficult for the Aryan race.
I was like, fuck, did he have another tent that I missed? God damn it.
So no, I've got the one AC Infinity kind of up in the corner, pointing to create the swirl kind of down to take, and then I've got just above it is where the vent for pulling the heat away from the light is. So the pulling out, and then the fans and everything are outside of the tent right now. So the light's all the way to the top of it, but it's max. So I'm really trying to push them this time all the way through it, 420 watts all the way.
Right on.
So definitely more heat to come along with it. So the small AC Infinity, and then I've got like one of the old school inline fans that just runs at like 3/4 or half at the bottom to just kind of stir air up from the bottom as well. But it's nowhere near, of course, what that like 15-inch Hurricane that I had posted up in the 5x9 is moving before. So I don't see any movement on the leaves, and they just look like they're not doing enough work. Like they're just kind of like sluggish. Like I think they could be praying a little bit tighter. So I'm going to try and figure that out. So I'm excited about that. I mean, even though it's a little bit of a challenge, it's the fun thing that we do. It's like why we tinker with things. So, but otherwise, added in the addition of the Terps Plus trying that out into this round as well with the Photosynthesis Plus, which is packed full of some of the stuff maybe we'll get to a little bit later in the episode. But yeah, super excited.
How do you enjoy your first regs?
I did regs before with
that's
Big Green
right.
Guy with the testers, and it's a little nerve-wracking. So I mean, just to just circle it around, it's like it was a little less than what I anticipated. Like balls really show themselves and they really rack out pretty easily. So I was nervous about finding that. When I did it before, I think I did 5 and got it down to the 1. Almost every time I kind of had my choice between the females. And so that was just kind of fun to do my own little selection. Take the risk. Yeah, it's a selection. Yeah. I'm just guessing right now, total noob to it, but it's still kind of fun to pick my choice. So that's fun with regs, but it's kind of controlled, right? Because you've got 2 females coming and you can make your choice. So that's been a lot of fun to kind of play around with. But I don't know that I've seen anything with this thin as leaves in some of the tents that I've seen recently. And G3, I know I'm looking in your tent these days. That is talk about the skinny, tiny leaves that are coming.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I was gonna say we gotta jump over to your tent.
Yeah, take us to your tent. Enough about us goons.
Oh my goodness. So this might be my favorite tent I've ever grown.
Oh,
probably is.
High praise, because you've had some amazing plants that people dream of.
That's saying something. These girls have such amazing personality, and this old school mango haze, man. If she turns out anything like Mango Smile, and how wonderful she is at medicating me, this is going to be a front runner. Mango Smile's #1 spot is seriously in danger because this plant is stunning. You don't expect to see this from an autoflower. She's huge. She's 3 feet across and she's over 3 feet tall now.
Wow.
She's massive. She's taking over the entire 4x4. Poor little Walter White DX1 is back in the corner all by herself. I'm sorry, babe, I can't even get you anymore. And she's throwing a temper tantrum. I'm can't do anything about it. Sorry, you're stuck. So yeah.
And how far along are they?
Mango. So they're anywhere from 39 to 40.
Oh, wow.
9 days. So we have a while to go.
I was going to say, you're going to have your hands full.
Oh my God.
Those leaves, though, from that. I mean, I don't think there is a plant that is capable of having thinner leaves than that one mango.
So skinny. She makes up for it by having a ton of them.
Yeah.
Because she's so massive. There's so many leaves. And it's impossible to photograph her properly because her size, I can't represent it properly. There's just no way. Every time I try and take a picture of her, the leaves are so skinny, it gives zero concept of depth. So I'm just every picture I take, I'm just throw it out the fucking window. It's very frustrating because I have this incredible plant and I can't even share her properly.
It's amazing. And even if we only get a percentage of the beauty, I'm ultimately jealous. And I've got that huge Hubba Bubba haze that's taken over my tent.
I was going to say, are you crazy? Look at that thing.
That
thing's amazing.
She's like a Christmas tree.
She's a beautiful, beautiful bewitched plant. And I was very lucky that the other plant next to her, the Mandela effect, is not, because I'm already she's already growing in the shade. I would have only so many more issues. So I'm count your blessings always. But yeah, the old school mango is something that I can't wait for. A lot of the stuff in that tent is just phenomenal, as always.
Thank you. Yeah, they've all been great. I can't discount the other ones either. I want to give all the praise to old school mango, but Phantasmo Express, I've had almost no issues with her whatsoever. She was a little bit of a slow goer in the beginning, but she picked her way up and now she's chugging along. She's probably going to finish early, honestly. She's my oldest one. I think she's at 42 or 43 days, and she's getting close this early.
Wow.
Crazy. So, and then there's the Funky Mangifera, she's great too. She's this little happy puffball bush. So different from what you would expect from the mangoes. And she definitely has that liver's profile, super skunky. So she's going to be fun too. So yeah, it's like a tent full of happy. Every time I open it, I'm just thrilled. Such a happy place. And
you have such a rad run coming in after it.
Yes, I do. So next is coming, let's see, Alibri Hayes, Purple Panthrania. Which I'm really excited about her. Yeah, she's panther spider.
Panther spider. Yeah.
Panther tarantula. There you go. So
nice.
Excited about her. She's the purple for people who hate purple. So I have been tasked with growing her out and giving her to Captain Autoflower and going, see, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
There-
So
you get to-
hopefully,
You
may
get
the
to
force
bring
be
him
with that
down.
one. Yes. Eat your words,
Yeah.
Captain. And then I have the Goondocks from Goonie Genetics, and then Sacred Watch from Outcast, and Big Green Guys, a Strawberry Wedding.
Ooh.
Yeah. So all like cultivation, conversation, and gag friendly breeders. It's fun. It's a good time to do
Outstanding.
like some non big names for a little while, you know.
Yeah,
I can grow Mephistos all day. Let's try something a little different.
it's really cool too because you do it so well that if you get some great pictures, it can only help them out.
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean, not that
hopefully,
BGG
fingers
needs it. You know, that guy needs no press. He's an a-hole.
It's always fun to like give something back to the breeders who you appreciate their good work. You know,
exactly.
we take a huge leap of faith with our breeders, saying like, we're going to dedicate this much time and money to your gear, and we're trusting that this is going to be fire because you say so. That's a big foundation of trust. So
It's
if
huge,
they fulfill that, you know, that relationship keeps going.
Yeah, exactly.
Spot on. Exactly. It's spot on. Like I've got joint BGG and unnamed breeders growing in Dad's house right now, and the only ones he wants cuts of is joints and BGGs. It's ridiculous. Not all, not the blueberry. I think it's the BX2 or the BX1. I forget exactly which one. It was the one that Max sent me. So it's the one female that we actually got that survived the whole ordeal, and she's beautiful. And so is the other. There's two sauce plants. One of them got just completely dwarfed by the other one. So he's like, okay, we'll just finish growing that out. And it's probably by the time flower is done here, going to be completely overshadowed. It might not even make it the entire time because this other sauce plant just went, I am here. I am Hulk. It's like, yeah, it's so beautiful. And the same thing happened in mine when I had the sauce next to, I forget which one it was next to it or whatever, but the one next to it hermed and the sauce just went, thank you, bitch. Give me some.
Yeah, he's having a drop here soon that Howling's all excited about. I'm sure he'll mention it when he's willing. But he's following that up with another drop. He's doing that and then the fall drop. So he's just trying to get everybody good stuff. So I'm excited to see everybody run it, especially G3 and Johnny to a lesser extent, because the sauce is doing it all on its own, it seems.
She's beautiful.
Dude, so I don't know if I've mentioned this to anybody yet, but my Haze for Days in the grow along here and my applesauce and my white sauce. So I had thrips and I burned the ever living fuck out of them very quickly because I oversaturated them with EM5 and Dr. Bronner's, and I was a little heavy because I forgot what I was using it for. Let's just say I had a batch mixed up to like clean around the house. So it was extra strong. And I was like, oh, this is probably okay. And I diluted it. Yeah. But when I had dunked them in this because of the thrips, they weren't happy. Yeah. They were fucking miserable for a little while, but all of them were in solo cups, and I was just like, okay, I got a problem because I gotta they need water.
No,
and their topsoil is covered in this shit. I had to water them in too, so then I watered it into their solo cup soil. Yeah.
You are not allowed around anything that's related to cleaning. Shop vacs, EM5, Dr. Brown. Stop.
It's all part of his plan to never be asked to clean the house.
Johnny, just stick with elbow grease, buddy. Elbow grease, brother. That's it.
If at any point you say to yourself, this should be fine, I guarantee you it's not. step back, start again.
Think twice and go after it.
Here's the thing. Realistically, I knew I was going to probably fucking burn these things, and I was hoping to see what they would do. I was like, I'm all right. I'm going to take the risk because I don't have time to fucking deal with thrips and whatever else. Let's see what goes. And then they didn't like it. The thrips are gone.
I wonder why.
And
Weird.
being photo periods, they just, I like babied them through the rest of that. And they started showing like, okay, I'm going to survive this whole ordeal. So I took them and I planted them in the 4x4 and the 3x3 living soil bed. And they're fucking like doing good at this point. And I'm looking at them like, okay, I'm gonna go hard here. And I fucking filmed them all right down to the first node. So I have 2 little nubs on each 5 of these. And then I top dressed, watered everything in, and said, let's go. And I used my own worm castings to top dress the bed with.
After what else? Liquid bleach?
Yeah. No, I
What
didn't.
a savage, dude.
No, seriously.
Check this out.
Just straight
Check this out.
ISO. Just
I know, ISO.
sterilize the entire all of the soil.
I cranked up the humidity, and I got the fucking lights blaring, and these
Drop
little
some
babies
napalm.
are loving life. They are so happy right now. I got 2 branches on each one of these little babies. I still have to sex the haze for days. The BGGs, they're femmes, so I know they're good. So I put those in the front because they're gonna be what they're gonna be. But it was like, I have these unsexed seeds and I've murdered them. I'm not gonna go get DNA tested. I'm gonna put them in the big bed of soil, let them grow, and see what the fuck happens. And they are so happy because the humidity's cranked up. They got top dressed. They're in a happy living soil full of fucking worms and a rich soil that just got done with the Hella Jelly Grow. Like, I know their money, and they took that torture and they're fucking happy. They were just like, oh, thanks. Yeah, get that fucking ugly dead shit out of the way. Get those other ones. Like, no, these little babies at the bottom are like, this is how it was supposed to be. So, like, it's a fucking master plan, man. Johnny Apple let's call him Johnnying like the new good shit. Like, because I'll send pictures, man. It'll be
Right. Maybe they'll just end up with great senses of humor and not turn into the joke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's no. We don't get to drown our plants in alcohol and then plant them and go, see, they love it. Well, yes, as opposed to being drowned in alcohol, they do. But no, you don't get to stumble in and say it's the master technique. It's called Johnnying. I will say, though, it does work and it is impressive. I think that goes more to the genetics.
No, after it was, I fucked up hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, oh yeah, I burned it, and then it was like, okay, let's put my fucking skills to the test here. How can I recover this as a grower? Can I take this and make it as ridiculous as possible and show that, even when you fuck up, you're not out of the woods, man. Like, it's okay. Take a step back, know what you're doing. Do a little research. You've got time. With a photo period, you've got time. Like, it's not the end of the world. And my immediate thought was, get them into a big bed of soil, get them happy, give them the environment they need, the soil they need, and then fucking see what happens. And they responded very well to that. It was like, okay, that could have gone 2 ways. I could have been going, so, G3, about this grow along, how is yours doing? Because I'm out of mine again already, just like the shop vac incident. No. So, but how about, immediate, this is a perfect segue. Let's talk about your grow along, because I need to shut up for a minute. How's your grow along going? I hear it's coming to an end.
Yeah, like as of tonight, pictures are due by midnight tonight. So
What?
Yeah, it was fast.
You're too kind, giving us your time when you should be sitting there just clicking ferociously through pictures.
No, I'm not like putting them up for voting. They're just due into my email.
There you go. Smart.
I don't have to do anything
timestamp.
except sit there and judge people for being late. So, yeah, no worries.
I'm sure I can guarantee that any person who's late is probably a friend of mine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how very like ridiculously strict.
No, you have to be.
I mean, honestly,
With
our
that hammer
growers
down.
have been through some shit the past couple of months, so I don't think any more trauma is necessary at this point. Like, if somebody needs to be a couple days late, so be it. It's been rough. Like, Howling was right. I definitely should not have started a grow along the day before Mercury retrograde.
It is
Yeah.
pretty interesting timing. For the lay people, totally not me or Johnny, but what does that mean?
Okay, so Mercury retrograde happens when Earth and other planets orbit the sun. They don't have the exact same elliptical path. So sometimes as the Earth is moving, certain planets, as they pass around the sun, they look like they're going backwards in the sky instead of forwards. This happens 3 times a year with Mercury, and it like throws shit completely out of whack. So I'm talking like communication goes haywire, financial stuff gets wonky, you knock stuff over. Plants that are supposed to be like super solid genetics start throwing weird temper tantrums that you can't explain. And I looked into the data, and there's no like statistical basis for any of this to happen. It happened across like different strains, different crosses, growers who have tons of experience growing these specific strains before. We did double grape and all double grape crosses. So like people who are having Pinot Noir, where they're like, what the hell, my seeds aren't starting. People like with a bunch of double grapes, we had no starters, or things that started and then would dampen off, or things started really slow and then finally, like after 40 days, blew up out of nowhere and like decided to participate. The whole thing was just crazy and amazing and ridiculous. And really, like, our growers really kind of bonded over all of the nonsense that happened. And our Discord was a great place because of it.
Yeah, there were a lot of great photos going on, and I barely made it in by like, I think within 24 hours or so. Like, I was pretty nervous with it because I had one that completely just didn't show up at all. And then I had a Pinot Noir that started to take off a little bit. And then, like you said, about 30 days into it, both of them absolutely exploded. The Pinot Noir was one of the bigger ones in the room. And the double grape was that super tall, long, skinny pheno that I've still got this, like, it's almost 2.5 feet, like long stick, like solid of just one nug. It's incredible, but I've never seen anything like it. It was truly unique, but it was a great grow along. And I twisted one before the show today, and it's double grape is what my favorite is. It actually was one of my very first runs that I did, and I love it. It's super I messed it up, didn't give it the justice the first time, but this round it's been such a calming, relaxing cultivar, such an anxiety reliever. So thanks you guys for pulling double grape into it. I guess it was voted on, right? I mean, you guys do a lot of the like setup of the grow, that the stuff that I've never seen before. Like, people voted on this for the double grape. So talk a little bit about that if you can.
Oh yeah, our whole thing is basically run by the community. Basically, so it's run by myself and Barely Growing and Mama Wanna Q. The three of us together also have a podcast in the mornings. We're kind of on summer sabbatical right now because we all have our kids home. But we have a podcast usually on Wednesday mornings called Girls on the Grow. And so we banded together and kind of let the community run it. Like, our job was basically to get the sponsors and the prizes in place and then give the group a skeleton framework to run along and some basic rules to go with. And then everything else the growers did. So they were given like, hey, we're going to start a grow along. Name a strain you want to grow from Mephisto. And then we took all of those answers, and depending on how many people mentioned which ones, the 3 highest mentioned strains were then put up for a vote. And then the community voted on what they wanted to grow. And I think it was between double grape, 24 karat, and gold glue this time. So I think double grape was definitely the right choice. It was definitely the one I wanted to grow. So it was great. Everybody loves the results from it. We hope everybody had a good time. The grow alongs were always fun. They're my favorite.
What a great idea and great way to do it. We will never do that. Ever.
It worked.
We will always choose.
So good for me. so worked out good for me because it just so happens that it was crossed into Mango Smile and I could still be in my own. I could like re-enter the other Grow Along and be in this one. And then I fucking stunted that one too by transplanting it early, and it like never really became, but it like.
Well, it was retro.
It was
Mercury.
his own little
Mercury, didn't
thing.
it?
It was like, huh?
It was.
She made it to the end, didn't she?
She
It wasn't Mercury Retrograde.
No, it was me. It was Johnny. I had to rush because I was leaving for Missouri, so I chopped I gotta get everything, and I was like, oh shit, I was supposed to take pictures of this plant and everything. Now it was hanging. I was like, oh yeah. Well, grow tent or dry tent hanging pictures aren't really photo submission worthy. So Johnny,
Sure they are. Sure,
really?
They are. Sure. I mean, I would recommend you submitting any photos. So here's the other cool thing about our Grow Along is that we have prizes that will be awarded to whoever wins the straight double grape and then also the crosses categories. And that's based on popular vote from a photo submission. It's all blind. Nobody knows whose photos is whose. And whoever wins get these awesome prize packages. But we also have a third prize package, which is really awesome. And it's almost identical to the other two. And anybody who's grown along with us and submits a photo at the end is entered in a random drawing for that package as well. And we've got some AC Infinity bundles in there, like some tents and North Spore stuff and stuff from Inkbird. We have so many amazing sponsors, Beans from Mephisto. So anybody who's part of the Grow Along, it's probably too late now by the time this gets out. But Johnny, enter your
still
photo.
got time for Johnny. Jesus Christ.
I will.
The wire, dude.
Before we move on, I will say, Johnny, I think you might have been the first person in history ever who rushed and was excited to go to Missouri.
Hey, the arch is there too.
That is very true. I never even saw the arch.
Really?
You should.
Never even saw it. I drove through St. Louis and never even saw it. Yeah.
You should open your eyes.
Fuck out of there so goddamn quickly. I'm sorry, anybody from St. Louis listening, but I wanted to get the fuck out.
We had someone.
The traffic
listening.
is insane. There's 8 lanes. I'm in a pickup truck. I'm a country boy, man. I'm used to fucking no fucking lines on the other side of the road. There's one orange one. There's 4 white lines and stripes and everything. I got my fucking baby dog with me. It's no. Jersey and me were we wanted to get the fuck out. We wanted out. I want to get out of here. Where are the fucking cows? God damn it. So, yeah. No, I wasn't looking for the arch, but I drove right through. It was beautiful. And that's why I got to the part of Missouri where it was oh, yeah, home.
Yeah, it doesn't take very
madness. The calm, yeah. I'm not with my ADD, man, with whatever's going on in the city. I hear every fucking bird, cricket, rat, piece of pizza. I hear the fucking bread bakers. It drives me nuts. I gotta fucking go. So, yeah, there's that. I might not be the only person that feels that way on the way to Missouri. I don't
excited to go to Missouri. I'm sure there are plenty. I've yet to meet one, but that doesn't mean anything. Howling,
yo,
how's everything going with I know that you've just trimmed some joint. You did just finish, or did you get your pictures in for the Girl on the Grow?
Not for the voting. I'm too insecure for that one, but for the non-voting giveaway, yeah, I submitted one.
Oh, there you go. Good news. And I'm sure Stoney did too. But how's everything going with I know that your comfrey you wanted to harvest and ferment soon, but you didn't. But how's everything else going?
It's a little frustrating, but also I just kind of at this point don't care. That Hubba Bubba Haze, I don't know what's going on with it. It's an inch tall and 15 days old. It's doing very similar things that my strawberry milk and cookies did, where it was just stunted. But I just planted 3 Alabrijes and 2 photo period ones today, and I'm going to give Hubba Bubba the 2 weeks. I'm gonna let the alebrijes grow, and I'm gonna see how much they're gonna catch up to Hubba Bubba. And in 2 weeks, I'll make a decision. I'll decide what to do. But I'll give her time now and see what's what, and see if she wants to cut her shit out and start growing.
Do you
But
yell at her yet?
I've been really nice to her, and maybe that's the problem.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go in there, little abuse, little love
Get her shit
afterwards.
together.
Yep. And maybe she'll start sprouting up. But what, that whole tent's actually, I don't know what kind of curse I set on that tent, but everything's going wrong with it, equipment wise, plant wise, and maybe that had something to do with it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. I'm about ready to throw that tent out. But I'm happy to get alebrije going. And then I got I'm really excited. I planted, it was from the Build a Soil giveaway for Patreon members. They gave away some Kid Kaya seeds, or got like a discount code on them. And so I finally popped those seeds, and I've just only heard the stories about his gear. So it'll be cool to run it.
Yeah, you posted some pictures in there. I went, oh shit! Like, look at those are Kid Kaya beans. Dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Which ones did you pop?
The Paonia Blue Sky.
I think that's the one I got. I think we talked about it quite a while ago. They're sitting in reserve. I've got those in some of Miles, along with joints and big green guys that are set up. So that's my lofty dream of the next round, is to get a photo with that one.
I'm hoping I get a female out. They're regs, and I'm hoping I get a female because they only came with 3 seeds, and I lost one of them. It was that was a tangy moment as I'm sitting here trying to plant, and the seed, I don't know where the hell it went. I started digging through soil trying to find. I don't know. So we got 2. Hopefully the 50% rule plays out.
I like those odds.
Yep.
Also, I've lost many a seed. If it can happen, it does happen.
I told myself right before I grabbed the seed, I was grabbing it out of the little dish I had it soaking in, and I'm like, you want to suck if it like stuck to my finger and then fell off somewhere? And then sure enough, there it was. I was like, fuck, I need to keep my mouth shut. Whatever.
Tweezers, man.
I couldn't find them. I usually do, and I don't know where they went. So I'm like, shit, I got to get this done now. So I just started digging in with my fingers, and of course, it was just a bowl in a china shop, and it's gone. And I learned, and I'll do it again, I'm sure. Whatever.
It's all good. They can't all be 100% successful.
No. And then I got the Phantasmo that. Oh, poor girl. I should have never put her in a gallon pot. I have so abused that one. I mean, she started off like neglected right from the start, where things got busy in my life, and I just kind of ignored her and just let her do her thing, which is a lot different for me because I obsess over the plants too much. But her, it was just like, whatever, get in the corner of the tent, shut up, do your thing. And she's in spite of me growing. So that
was your plan from the beginning, right? You were like, I can't do this for real. I don't have the time. I'm gonna throw her like in a gallon in the corner.
It's been kind of refreshing, just not like having any expectations. It is what it is. If I get a joint out of it, perfect, done.
And I think you're being a little severe on her. She's quite lovely.
Don't talk so much trash about low expectations. Low expectations have served me very well in this world. Okay. But seriously, one of the fun things about like having a plant that you aren't so strongly attached to is you can kind of not worry about it.
I'm gonna grow my first photo period where I don't give a shit. Because it was for like a contest that my wife earlier in the year just like, hey, will you grow this just for this contest thing that I've never heard of before? And I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I agreed, and well, shit's getting down to the wire and I got to plant it, but I have no expectations. I don't even know what it is. I don't care.
Could end up being good.
Yeah, it may. I mean, he won't tell you the what beans you get, but he did give you the list of the males and females that made all the beans he sent out. So it's some combination, but all the things he listed, they were all good parents. So it might turn out to be something good. It might surprise me. We'll see.
Do you have a pair of parents that would be ideal?
No, I don't think so. I think they're all pretty good. They're all like a little bit above average parents. I don't even have the list anymore in front of me.
Right on.
They're good. It'll be all right.
See, just got to look at the positive in the day, dude. You get to grow cannabis for your wife. Most people would be stoked for that. I wish Megan was all excited. It would give me, it would be like I was doing something positive for her, it'd count as a chore. That's what I dream of. Sorry. That was, yeah, but it'll be fun, man. Maybe it'll be the best smoke you've ever had, or it could be a terrible waste of time. It's balance.
Whatever it is, it's going to be. This having this puppy kind of makes me reframe all the things in life. It's puppy number one. Everything else just can go to the side.
There you go.
I just don't have time to care. She's
adorable.
It's like having a toddler.
He is a fucking beast.
Put a toddler in a crate, though. Unfortunately.
Is that the rule now?
Or can you?
I have to make some calls.
You can. It is not recommended.
No, of course not. My nephews sleep in bunk beds when they visit. Of course.
Every time I've ever tried it, always stunts their growth, and you got to throw them out and start over. It's ridiculous.
Oh my good God. Oh, that's a German issue. No, I forgot what I was going to say, but I wanted to ask G3 some questions, and I completely forgot because I was preparing for the inevitability that Johnny wasn't here, but thankfully Johnny's here, so I can push them all on to my dearest friend.
Here's Johnny.
All right, Johnny, break it down, dude. She was here we've already asked for the Apple questions, of course, but we've introduced so many new ones now. So hit her.
You're going to get a slice. Are we talking just a slice now? All right, just a slice. Cheese or pepperoni?
And this is a place I've never been to before, right? New place.
Never been to. Just trying it out. You need to know about this slice of pizza.
Cheese.
You need to know about this pizza shop.
Cheese. Period.
I'll give you a second to think about your answer.
Cheese. In capital letters.
I guess is it because you don't trust random pepperoni?
No, I just think that overall pepperoni is such an overwhelming flavor. There's so much subtlety to pizza by itself. You've got like the crust, you've got the sauce, you've got the cheese, you've got levels of saltiness, and that pepperoni throws that whole thing out of whack.
Exactly.
So,
you can
once
hide
you
your
have the
pizza
cheese,
through pepperoni.
Then you can add
Which
pepperoni.
is why you get pepperoni, because you're walking into a pizza place we've never been to. It could be shit. You put some pepperoni on there, it's good.
At least you have seasoning to it.
Exactly.
No, I don't want to be like.
No, I want to know, do I want to
pepperoni.
come back to this place? I want to know, do I want to come back to this place because the pizza was good or their fucking pepperoni was good?
I agree, only because there's we can't. She gave us her answer. It's not like she's wrong. She wants cheese. Right?
But are you sure about the cheese? Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Yep. Pretty
No,
sure.
but what you really mean, though. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I think Howling has another question here because it says, and why is it cut like a square? What are you trying to say? Square? Well, the pizza is not square. It's a pie.
Tavern style. Don't you guys?
She doesn't even get to answer that one because it's not pizza. Is not a square. It's what are you having? A pizza?
You went through St. Louis,
like
didn't you?
Detroit style.
It's a quiche.
No. So the Detroit style is the four corners and the sort of deep dish cast iron. But when you're in the Midwest, you can get what's called tavern cut. So they cut it in squares. So it's a round rocker knife, and they cut it in about 2.5, actually more like 3.5, 4-inch squares. And so you get like edge pieces all around, but then you get about 4 to 8 pieces in the center that have no edges whatsoever. And then even if you go into St. Louis, now you talked St. Louis, right? So when you get down to St. Louis, there is a specific kind of pie that you can get in St. Louis that uses a special kind of cheese called Provel cheese. So if we haven't insulted everyone from Missouri, if they are still listening to us now, they're going, oh my God. Yeah, oh my God, they know about our cheese. Like, celebrate the cheese there. So yes, we have what's called tavern cut, and it is a normal thing. And it gives you the option whether or not you want to have that extra crust around, but also typically like super crusty and kind of crunchy on the bottom. Almost always like semolina crust baked up right onto the deck. So yeah.
Your explanation of that is a lot better than my reasoning, which is It's kind of like cupcakes. It's like if you could have a big slice of cake or you could have a small cupcake, but I'll eat a lot of those small cupcakes and it never adds up. It's just the one small cupcake, even if I ate 50 of them. Same with eating a tavern style pizza. It's like,
if you can't fold your pizza and have the tip of it droop down and drip grease, it is not pizza. I'm sorry.
Okay. I agree. I do have one question though. So is it a round pizza cut into squares?
yes.
Correct.
I legit got a pizza presented to me like that one time, and I just thought the dude cutting it was drunk. I was like, he fucked up.
Now, so it gives you like 4 little amuse-bouche on each one. There's 4 little there's always at least 4 pieces that are tiny triangles that are like
those are the best.
And I called those are like the little amuse-bouche. Like if you've gone to go get the pizza,
because they're a fucking
those babies
triangle.
are yours.
I'm sorry, man.
Because they're a triangle.
Nah, they're just one bite.
I saw it and I went, this is a crime against something. I'm not sure what, but no, I get it. It's just, I don't think I've ever been in a position with pizza where I'm like, ooh, I'll try this little triangle. I'm just like, I'm going to shove this into my face about as fast as I can.
There's only 4 of those triangles, brother.
I believe you. All right, Johnny, let's.
Telling you.
What is it? Sandwiches?
Yeah.
All right. What's your go-to sandwich?
I don't really have a go-to sandwich. I know that's not the answer you want.
No, that's fine.
Really depends on the mood that I'm in. I have a variety, and I will
pick from the roster depending on the mood.
Yeah, it really depends, and it really depends on like what I have available.
So, would you call yourself a sandwich connoisseur?
I'm kind of a food connoisseur.
Ooh.
In fact, that if there's food, like I'm interested.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go a little bit further then. So favorite hot sandwich. Does that help get it a little bit closer to what's your favorite hot sandwich?
I mean, if you can get like, that's so hard. If there's a place near me that does this, like buffalo chicken cutlet that is out of this freaking world with like super, super spicy, like jalapeno cheese.
Buffalo
it's
chicken.
Killer. It's killer.
Sounds amazing.
So I guess that for right now, that's
what you're most craving as of this moment. Yeah.
Right now.
That's a solid choice.
Crispy crunchy on the chicken, or is it grilled? Oh, crispy crunchy chicken. Hot sauce.
Oh, see, my buffalo chicken has to be fried chicken. I don't do the crispy. Chicken. It can't be breaded. No. It's got to be unbreaded. Because buffalo chicken wings are not breaded. Buffalo chicken is not breaded.
Your buffalo chicken sandwich has to be fried chicken, but unbreaded fried chicken. That sounds like an
chicken itself can't be like chicken. Sandwich. It can't be breaded chicken. Chicken wings are not.
I'm aware
breaded.
of what I know. I'm aware of what you're saying. I'm just saying that like there are superior options you should have adapted by now.
Well, you just have a smaller window with breaded chicken.
Man.
Yeah,
it's called buffalo chicken. That's how they done in Buffalo. You don't bread your fucking chicken wings.
It's just a carrier for your sauce. Exactly. All those little nooks and crannies hold all of your sauce, and then your sauce ratio goes way up. And then without that, your sauce ratio is not high enough.
I will agree to chard. Because it's closer.
Carbonized.
Yes. Okay. Put some carbon in there.
This isn't. I'd like it bitter and acrid, wing. This isn't a buffalo wing fight. All we're saying.
No, it is. No, add it to the list. Add it to the list. We got to add it to the list.
That's fine.
See what you've stirred.
I know. I can't even. It's going to get to the point where it'll be an 1.5-hour show, and then we'll ask one thing about growing. We'll be like, all right, now that we've fought to the death about cake, let's move on to part.
Nobody's listening to us for our savory grow knowledge. That's for sure. We've already established like nobody's listening to us for grow knowledge. They're just listening because
drop it occasionally and hope that somebody. It's like
every once in a while G3 comes on and gives them some information. Like congratulations.
I know.
People who know shit.
I always say the best thing about Yag is our friends, but the buffalo aside, that was a solid choice. Was there another one? I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
I think you have your personal question now that you've established or something.
Yeah, now that I've got to ask you all. That's for the end though, before the plugs, man.
Oh, then
yeah.
I don't.
That's all that matters.
I don't think there's any more debates.
Well, it gets good because the buffalo one wasn't. I mean, that was insane. But buffalo chicken without. Anywho, I wanted to mention briefly. Well, we're moving on. You win. I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna like. I'm an idiot, but I'm not dumb enough to argue about buffalo wings from a man closer to Buffalo than me. I've never been that far east. I'm gonna give it to you on experience.
I will also not argue about limes and avocados. You win.
You can. I mean, it's.
Wait.
We could.
Do you have mangoes? Do mangoes grow locally? Have I already asked that?
No, I mean, you can grow mangoes, but not commercially or anything. It's not like we have groves of mango.
But mangoes would grow in your part of the world. Like you could have a mango tree.
You can make them, but they're more tropical.
Yeah, it'd be it would be for the
you're closer to the equator.
We had orange groves, which is why we got Orange County. Growing up, it was all just orange trees and a lot of citrus. We still have our own whole citrus thing because if you you can't bring other lemons into California. We have our own lemon issue. Yeah, it's a whole agricultural
Your
talk.
lemons are super territorial.
Yeah,
Like,
they
fight.
fight.
Very aggressive.
No, I guess there was a disease that wiped out a whole bunch of citrus, and California quarantined itself against it. And so you'll still come into like checkpoints coming in from like Arizona or New Mexico, and that are like,
Oh my gosh,
"Are you carrying any
black market
citrus,
lemon?
motherfucker?" Oh, I tried to buy
that's dope.
I tried to buy a potted, like a container lemon online, and it is a no-go because they're just like, we ain't shipping that shit to California. So it's all kinds of, we have all kinds of fun stuff. Like we can't get was it photosynthesis plus or something at first? They had to change.
Yeah, they changed the label.
The C version.
We can't get Nourish L. It has to be Nourish C for California. All kinds of funny laws. But yeah, citrus laws are there for a reason.
Yeah, it's the same bacterial load all throughout. It's the same, everything's the same. It's just some certification that needs to happen at a different level with California. So it's tough. So they relabel it. They added the C onto the end of it. I think there's a couple other states that they do it with too.
Is that based? Isn't most of California's concerns with agricultural stuff all lead based?
It's mostly just like they just go down the rabbit hole way far with every single ingredient, and everything has to be tracked. And I think that's usually the biggest problems with these companies that have some sort of like biological aspect of things, that they have to prove provenance. They have to prove where these things have come from, where they were cultivated from, and what was used in the cultivation process of it. And it's just so tricky and so much red tape that most of them don't want to do it. It is just easier to say, hey, we don't have that. We're not going to make that claim on the label. We're not going to put that name is on there, even though we're going to put it in there anyways. And we're just going to add another label. And
I think for California, they had to remove the application saying that could be a foliar spray.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Because they were concerned of
I don't understand. I didn't look into it, but I'm wondering what that whole deal is, because apparently California hates foliar sprays. And
I can tell you,
it's not easy to wash. Remember the spinach? Remember spinach? Those nightmares with the spinach and lettuce. Yeah, because it's just not easy to wash that. And they're harvesting and packaging right there on the farm, and they're maybe going through a quick little rinse or a bath of some sort. But most of those lettuces, they can't beat up very much, so they're literally just wrapping and going with them. So they struggled with it. They're just they don't want to mess around. It's the same thing with the lemons too. They just keeping a disease of one of the major fruits like that could shut down a major chunk of their agriculture. That would be huge for them. So
there is definitely a reason. And as much as we make fun of it, there is like it seems to be working. So
yeah.
But I wanted to bring up before we got any further, we brought it up with BGG last time, but G3 is also a judge on our Haze Grow Along. So she will also be judging fiercely if you're participating.
I do take bribes.
Yes, I'd hope so. But thank you very much. And I think that was all the business I had. Anyone else got any ag business before I switched to the shit list this week?
Just, you know what, if you're part of the Hazy Grow Together, go sign up for the giveaway. BGG is giving away 3 packs of the sauce. So go enter. There's only, I think, maybe 3 days left. So you got a little time, but don't procrastinate here.
Hell yeah. I also wanted to shout out Aussie Autos. He sent a package. I'm going to talk more about it on just the regular YAG with Johnny and I, because it's a huge secret and I don't want any of you guys to know. You guys are out. No, I'm just kidding. No, it just deserves some time. We're going to have him on as a guest here soon to talk about, down under. So upside down cultivation. It should be interesting.
Yeah, I've been wanting to pick that guy's brain for quite a while now, and he's reached out a couple times, and I'm really glad to hear that he's going to be coming on the show. It'll be great to have fun and a little conversation with him.
Yeah,
so
I'm excited to explore the whole scene down under. This week's shit list, though, I'm really excited to say, as Johnny screams into this microphone, he must be excited. But it's the Grateful Gardener, man. He's been posting some amazing pictures, and he's in our Discord. But he just keeps posting amazing pictures. He has like the dopest grow room. He's got a whole room with a bunch of earth boxes, and they've all got covers.
It's perpetual too. Like I saw it the other day. It's got a couple different layers. Like his lights are at different heights into, and you can see that they're at different ages. But I think it's a great way to show that you don't have to fall into the mold of buying a tent and making it work. Like if you've got a space, you can make it work. You can make it work. You may not have all of the reflective surfaces of those tents and all the advantages to it, but everyone's that I've seen that grows in that sort of, even BGG grows certain gardens that way with just the light in a room. And you know, some of the folks that I know that I've seen those gardens, they're incredible looking. So a lot can be done. You don't have to have a tent. You can buy a $35, $40 can of paint of something really bright white and paint a room and still get reflection going on. So I love to see what he's done in his room and just keeping the lights in those huge giant earth boxes that have their own character of each. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's like a giant, that is a mass garden when they're all set next to each other like that. So
he just started making some amendments to it. I know that he was doing some IMO and he's doing some FPJ and all these. So he's going further down the rabbit hole, which is always super
easy
fun
to slip down. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to slip down that one, especially when you just start taking some of your clippings and chop them up with sugar and let them sit. You know, I mean, and then you put that in your plants and you see what those sugars are doing to your bacteria and you see what they're doing to all the microbes. It's incredible. It's incredible stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's that tinkering stuff that we were talking about last time with making, now hell, you're making your own potions. It's so cool when they start doing that, making their own amendments and stuff. So that's just a really cool way of doing it.
He's making me look like shit. I've been talking about for weeks that I'm going to ferment some of this comfrey, and he's just like, all of a sudden, he's going the whole KNF lifestyle, and he's doing the IMO and the FPJ and all sorts of stuff. And it's like, fuck, I can't even trim a damn leaf and ferment it, and you're over here doing this. It's awesome to see. I love him bringing that kind of make your own shit attitude to YAG. I love it.
Yeah, but his taste in papers was terrible. I swear to God, I saw a pack of zigzags as he's preaching about this fucking joint he's about to roll. I was like, yo, zigzags? Nah, dude. I'm gonna send you some fucking raw blacks. You gotta try these. So I sent him some raw blacks, and then I threw in my Elabrije mystery mezclas, and he's like, yo. So now he's gonna fucking have to smoke some mystery mezcla in those raw blacks, and we all gotta hear about it. So we gotta get him on here. We gotta hear about how it goes because
we will.
Zigzags, dude. Yeah, he was good until zigzag. I like the guy, and then I saw zigzags. Like, come on, man.
He also has a fantastic beard. Puts almost howling.
He is a beautiful soul. That is just.
He's so positive. He's over on the Cultivation Conversation Discord as well, and it's just such a positive, bright soul.
Yeah,
really, we are grateful for that gardener.
He is, very much so. And what a wonderful way to put it. Now, before we go, I started another tradition where I have to ask all you fucks. I mean, everyone, all you people, and G3, a question, random question, so we can get to know you better. So I'm going to keep it sort of food themed because that didn't cause any bad blood. But what is, Johnny, your breakfast of choice? And there are no wrong answers, I will say, in this segment. So I'll keep my bullshit elitism to myself.
No, we always talk about ego death, and then we always judge each other's choices. It's fucking hilarious. No, there's no wrong answer. Until
That's
we
how you
start
know we're
judging each
friends.
other.
That's how you know we're friends. Because you and I
It
will
makes it
fight
perfect.
about what goes on a hot dog.
Yeah, no,
for an
your
hour and a half.
opinion is wrong. My opinion is the one that matters. God damn it. And my opinion is bacon, sunny side up, white toast. Smash that toast inside of that yolk and eat that runny yolk on that fucking buttery white bread and a side of corned beef hash. But it has to be crispy.
That's
It
solid.
cannot be like
You
that.
had me till the
mushy
corned beef
shit.
hash.
I know. I
man.
was going to say corned beef
Had
hash
me
is
till
the
the
no.
hash.
All right, Howling.
Biscuits and gravy with spicy
Oh.
sausage.
That's a solid choice.
You know,
too.
in a fall
Gotta have them
cold
too.
morning at our cottage, and make that up and go sit by the campfire outside with a plate of biscuits and gravy is like one of the best things in the world.
God damn
Love
that.
it.
Pinch a nutmeg, brother. Pinch a nutmeg. I'll tell you the trick right
Oh.
here and now. Keep a little,
All right.
keep a little nutmeg. And I'm talking
Dropping
like
that fucking
4 or
knowledge.
5 grains, like 4 or 5
Yeah, nothing
grains
much.
into
All right.
like a few cups worth.
Mhm.
And it will add a layer of something.
I can't do it because
Put
then
your
it's going to
finger
turn
on.
it into Chinese food for me. Every time I taste
No,
nutmeg,
no.
mhm,
That's what
yep,
I'm telling you,
eating
man.
Chinese
You gotta
food.
like
Nutmeg,
one.
and your first thought is Chinese food?
I don't fucking know, man. It's I'm high. I'm high as shit. I don't know.
It reminds me of food. Some food.
I
Yes.
wasn't saying that was bad. I was just like, nutmeg to me would be like more like eggnog or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
no, no,
Chinese
I'm
food
telling
would
you.
be-
Cinnamon. Oh, cinnamon.
Yeah,
and
you
eggnog.
might be thinking cardamom too. That's another one that
Yeah.
will take that.
Anywho,
spice profile.
Stoney,
Yeah.
what's your breakfast?
All right, so I'm going to take it real simple, but I might make it a little bit more elaborate. So bacon, number one, but I'm going to go with that one. But hang on. It's all about the technique because I saw Smiling Bear Gardens doing it on Instagram today. He had the white foam that was happening, and that's when your key to the bacon is the perfection of crispiness. So that's when you know. So the key with bacon is you got to put a little bit of water to start in the pan too. That renders out the fat. Don't be afraid to add a little bit of oil into the pan as well, because that will help to get the fat out and leave behind the meat and the crispiness. Slowly heat that thing up until start from a cold pan, and then I bring it up until I flip once, and then I start to get to the spot of the white foam. And when I see that foam happening, that's when I know it's at its peak crispiness. It comes onto a paper towel for drain. Off to the side, I've taken 2 or 3 eggs. No milk. That's the key to scrambies, right? So the scrambled eggs is the next key here. So no milk in it whatsoever, because we're not making custard. We're making scrambled eggs, right? A quick whisk before you only add the salt just before you put it into the pan. It goes into the pan with butter only at a low to a medium heat, and you leave it set until the bottom makes the first little crepe. Then you tilt the pan, and once you've lifted it that one time, it never goes back onto the burner. You just use the column of heat, and you swirl and you roll and you fold, so you create these layers upon layers of eggs. So just before they're set, you fold them all into the corner of the pan, and you hold the pan over that corner, over the column, so a little heat wraps up around them, and you've got perfect, no caramel color, no brown, just gently scrambled eggs. Bacon, English muffin, base specifically because it's chewy and tender and crispy and delightful, butter, and strawberry jam. So there's my breakfast, brother.
What's your favorite style of scrambled eggs, and why is it French?
I don't do the French, man. Liquid is a little bit too much for me. So it's got to be right past that point. It's so I'll take it to about just after French, and then get it onto the pan or get it onto the plate and let it sit and just finish that cook in that final bit. And then you'll have the most light, fluffy. So I take it to the point of French. That's when I take it over into the corner, fold it all up, and sit it over that column of heat just in the bottom of the pan. But one of the keys there is just don't let the pan it doesn't touch the flame or doesn't touch the range again once you've created that first layer of the fold of eggs. And it's just a swirling matter, and it just it'll fold over onto itself. It's almost, if you've ever seen there's a tornado technique that's done with eggs, where you just take the chopsticks and you continually turn it and turn the pan, and it creates the most amazing cone of eggs. So yeah, something so simple with breakfast is where I was going with it. If it's done right and you follow the right techniques and the proper process, is just something freaking magical.
Okay, so I'm going with cone of eggs. G3, how you follow that, I'm so
I
sorry.
won't. Now I want him to talk about lunch.
I know, seriously. We're gonna have to have like a Stoney does the classics where we all just get high
No,
and listen to.
I have. Before we continue, I have one simple question, Padre, between
Yes.
you and I, because this was our podcast first.
Do I
Whose
need
fucking
me?
idea was it to get high and invite a fucking chef on the show? I'm fucking starving,
I
and he's
know.
talking about caramelizing bacon, the perfect
Do you know
temperature. My
do you know how many times
just
I've made
going,
late
God
night
damn it, where are
fucking
the
dinners with a
fucking
bunch of
Skittles?
stoners?
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. I will say that I think it's our brilliant idea, especially because Howling, I quote, my food just got delivered. Your time is ticking. So
Sorry.
I had to, mind you, I saw that before I asked the question because I'm a heartless bastard. But G3, other than that amazing breakfast, which was amazing, but boiled down to what Johnny said, just more French. G3.
Yeah, breakfast. I don't generally do breakfast. My
Ah.
stomach is like not online that early. So
Coffee?
really
Coffee.
spectacular coffee.
There you go.
Yep, I remember.
How do you like
that.
your coffee? This counts as the last one too, because I asked what anyone's drink is, like one drink, so you can answer them both if
Sweet
it's
and
coffee.
blonde.
Ooh,
Yep. Sweet and blonde. Yeah. High, lovely quality coffee. Sweet and blonde.
there you go.
And generally I like a French press, so that's generally how I do it.
Nice.
But yeah, if I am going to eat, there is only one thing so far that can get me to eat like first thing right in the morning, and it is this really spectacular banana bread that I make that I had to
Ooh.
wait for 3 years before I even got the recipe. Believe me, it was worth it. That is
Oh
the
my-
only thing that can hit my stomach like right when I wake up, and I'm a happy girl.
Banana
So there
bread
you go.
It's
But then
one
I
of-
have to make it. So
That's true.
there's like labor involved.
That's true. Speaking of which, I'll take a couple loaves when you get a second. I'm just kidding.
Sure.
I'll just take the
I'll
rest.
send it with Johnny's toffee.
Yeah, I was gonna say Johnny's toffee. I was gonna let him get that in.
Still fucking waiting, by the way. Still waiting.
I mean,
can't-
we're getting closer to toffee season. So
Oh, you brought up an excellent question I wanted to ask. I'll ask my friends too, but this one was a G3 specific, so I'll ask her first. What's your favorite season?
ooh, if I'm gonna be really like I like late spring, early summer.
Ooh,
That
very
time of
nice.
year.
I was hoping it was fall with the whole witchy thing, but
No,
that is
I
just-
do love Halloween, and that's really fun. But I've told people this before. I'm like an autoflower, and if I don't get enough sunlight, I start throwing temper tantrums. And in the fall, the sun starts leaving, and I can like feel the winter sadness coming. So
that makes sense.
I don't love fall for anything other than Halloween.
Fair enough. But yes, that is a good one. Johnny, I'll give you a quick second. Favorite season?
Dude, man, fall for me because like
Right.
everything is coming
New
to
York, upstate
fruition.
New York
It's
in
supposed
fall.
to be what it's supposed to be. Like you're sending your kids off to be what the fuck they're gonna be. They're gonna be their own seed. Like, yeah, fall, man. It's like when everything's just mature. It's beautiful.
He's happy about back to school.
Yes,
That's
I
what his
know.
entire
That's-
answer is based
That was
on.
all
Kids
about back
get
to
the
school, wasn't
fuck-
it?
Ooh, Labor Day, and peace.
Jesus, Howling. If
Oh.
it's fall for kids, I swear to God.
The fall is the best. It's when the world is right. Sun is
Okay.
gone, leaves are falling, a nice cool breeze. It's perfect.
There you go. Stoney.
I'm gonna have to say summertime. I know I'm gonna go against
There
the
you
grain
go.
here, but there's just something about the sunshine. There's something about getting it every single day, and when it's just bright and sunny and warm, and just fills the day. And just and I just want to be outside in it. I love being the days that are long. I love seeing sunrise at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I love watching it set at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So when the days start to get short into fall and winter time, I do too. I feel a little autoflowerish, but you just can't beat the sunshine during the summertime.
We need it for a reason.
Padre, you probably have no idea what that's like in that one season you live in.
No, I have a favorite season, but it's kind of the California winter. So it's not winter. There's no snow. We tend to get some rain, but the waves are the best in the winter. Like everyone's like, oh, endless summer. It's like, nah, it's crowded and it's not that great. but it's nice being warm and being able to trunk it in the water. But I really like the winter. I'm a huge holiday person. Like Christmas gets me going, man. I love it. So I like when it chills out. And of course, it only gets down to like high 60s. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, ooh, it's 69, 68, you know, sweater weather. And that's about as cold as I get generally. So that's mine. I guess that would be fallish, but I don't see fall as everything's living thing. I see it more as a fall's everything dying.
So then what are you eating on a cold morning? I don't know if we got to your favorite.
I was gonna say, let's
Yeah.
before
I'm gonna
we
try
go,
and
let's
circle it
end
back,
it on
see if
in
you're
that
talking about
beautiful
winter.
and that beautiful California winter. How you having breakfast?
I generally like G3 don't eat breakfast, but when I do, it's a mix between all-time favorite would be chicken fried steak and biscuits and gravy. The only issue with that breakfast is you can't do anything the rest of the day.
That's a southern breakfast, right?
Yeah, I mean, I eat it very no, but over easy eggs, either bacon or sausage with sourdough toast is my most common and by far the easiest. You get it with that nice runny with the sourdough. It's got to be one of the best. Now,
I want to start making sourdough, man.
Let's
get on that. Make your own shit on our Discord, and somebody teach me how to fucking make sourdough because I
Barely's doing that right now. You
Oh,
should ask
fantastic.
her.
Bitch, yeah, I saw her. She's got some pretty nice one going.
She always does cool stuff. It seems. Howling.
I tried that half a second.
Yeah, Johnny, you'd have to feed it every single day.
Yeah, you do have to feed it.
Yeah, we used to call her the bitch. And we kept her in the back of the walk-in because it has to be like in a dark, cool spot. But boy, if you didn't feed it every day, if you missed it like 2 or 3 days, it was dead. And some of that stuff was like, one of the strains I was working with was said to be not like 150, 200 years old, like some of the original San Francisco strain. And so it was a serious pressure of like, don't like, you have to feed it every day, and you have to know it's even more care than one of our plants is, because
hey, look, I feed my dog every day, man. My dog's got to get fed every day. I can put it right next to the dog bowl and say, hey, dumbass, like Jersey's got to eat, and so does Fluffy.
No, it is good, but San Francisco. I want to ask Howling, do you have anything to plug before we get out of here?
Yeah, I'll plug probably one of the best named strains I have ever heard of in my life, Odin's Wolf. From BGG. I mean, it is just perfect. How do you think? I have to ask him how he gets so creative with those names to come up with something so special. So that's my plug. I actually smoked a joint of it the other night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Gave my smoke report on Discord about it, which is maybe the only smoke report I've ever given. And I got some beans that I just ordered a new green honor bag, and it's going to be popped pretty soon.
How exciting.
So that's my plug.
Hell yeah. Check it out. It's coming soon. Stoney, anything to plug?
Yeah, you plug in someone out there, one of our listeners, and I think he's been listening to us recently, but I ran into him at a grow shop quite a while ago, Meme Green.
Cool.
Yeah, he reached out actually through Endo. Found me this morning over on one of the other Discords that we hang out in, and they came looking for me. So it's been a while. I've been so busy and crazy, and the two of them kind of reached out. But Meme Green and I made this awesome connection at our grow shop. Totally random. One day he was over buying some organic stuff, and I kind of mentioned like, hey, you're going to want to get that now. It's going to be, people love that stuff. Doesn't last long around here. And the next thing you know, we went into launched in this whole conversation around organics. And it wasn't even until like maybe 20, 30 minutes into it that I kind of introduced myself as Stoney, and he recognized it, and turned out that we'd been on different Discords together. So
how cool.
Yeah, so they reached out to me this morning, and I gotta tell you, that just fills cups, like knowing our community, and they were just checking in on me. I hadn't heard too much and seen much. So if there's others out there that haven't seen that, like, that's awesome. Aussie Auto's kind of the same way. He's reached out a couple times, and so I can't wait to connect with them. So just shouting out to the people. You guys know how I am. It's always the people that make me that I give my shout outs to. So
absolutely. Johnny.
I was gonna take that same route, man. I want to shout out Artificial, man. I was the Sugar Rush Peach Stripe version peppers that I've got growing in this indoor tent, man. They're beautiful. He sent them to me. It's fucking every now and then we hit up on Instagram and we talk peppers. I'd like to get him on the show and just talk to him, man. He's got a bunch of peppers growing and he's doing some amazing shit outdoors. And I'd like to get him on and shout out Artificial. And yeah, man, it's just not all about one fucking thing, man. It's gardening. Same thing.
Amen.
So,
and before I let you shout out, I want to thank you again, G3. A little unknown fact about G3, quite literally a queen of ravens or crows. I don't know the difference.
Yeah,
but
crows.
Is there anything that you want to plug?
Yes. I mean, if you don't already know about Cultivation Conversation, I talk on there on Tuesday nights at 8:30 on Twitch. So
everybody
come hang out with us there.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
You'll find us all there making fun of each other. Well, thank you guys all for joining me.
Thanks so much for having me
Thank you
again,
for
guys.
having me.
Thanks.
Thanks for showing, G3.
Yeah, thank you, G3.
They only asked you because they were pretty sure me and the wolf were going to bail and they needed a backup plan.
I don't think that's...
No, it was
that's
like
not
because
true.
they liked you. They were like, oh, yeah, let's... Oh, no, and then that's why we're like, wait, G3's coming? Oh, we're all going to be here. Yeah.
Actually, it is very similar to what happened, except for we needed G3 to come on because several weeks ago I said we're getting all the hosts back on, right? And so we had BGG. And then you guys were like, I don't want to hang out with that fucking frog bastard. So, and then I was like, if I bring G3, will you guys be my friends? And then
we'll be your
she
friend
said
again.
yes. So, yeah. So
I was here all
Happy
along.
to be your wingman, my bud.
Always.
Dude,
Thank
really.
you, G3. Like I said, often the best part of YAG, G3. Thank you guys. See
I'll
you
take a
guys.
very humble bow. Thank you. Thank you. No, I love you guys. It's really always a pleasure and super fun.
Thank you so much.
If you guys, anybody here listening isn't on the Discord yet, come hang with us there. Seriously, what are you doing?
We also need to bring you back when we get Stoney to just detail talk about every meal he's ever made. So we can all just sit here and just stare at him.
I'll make you hungry any day you want.
There you go. All right. Thank you guys.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
you.
Enjoy.
See y'all.
Night.
Peace.